let's activate our commander. Pay 1. Make a copy. Get 2 more manaliths. Untap our commander. Activate the 8 mana ability on our commander. And put that trigger onto the stack with Battle Mage Bracers and pay 1 to copy that. Let's see what we get.
Today on Commander Replay, we check out some of the biggest creatures in the game with Svella Ice Shaper Giant and Titans of the Frozen Wastes. Next on Commander Replay. Help support me and save 15% on singles by using the promo code REPLAY at mothershipaTX.com. Commander Replay t-shirts, available in orange and colors beside orange.
Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Svella Ice Shaper Giant today. Take a look at this opener. No, we're missing colors. Mulligan that. Into also missing colors. Mulligan again. I guess we're keeping this one. What are we putting back? Man, Apex Devastator is so good if we can ever get to it. I mean, with yeah, put back the Devastator. Everything else is more instrumental in getting us set up, so. We go first. Draw a Battle Mage Bracers. Cool. Play the Forest, and we'll tap out and pass. We do need to catch a 3rd land, and I'm actually nervous about that, to be completely honest. Brings us back to our turn. There's an Expedition map that gives us something we can do. Love it. Play the Expedition map. Play the Mountain. And we'll pass like that. Opponent to get themselves a Cathedral of 4. Watch out for that one later in the game. Thaumatic Compass is good. Boros Signet for opponent.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell.
Back to our turn. There's a land. Urza's Mine. Play the Urza's Mine. Play this Cultivate. Perfect. All right, now things are shaping up a little bit. Had a not great go around with this the first time I played it. I got stuck. I couldn't find red mana until like turn 8, and it was really bad, so that was a thing. We'll put in, I guess, the Mountain. Champ's going to play a Dockside Extortionist. Is that for 2? I think just trying to get some colors, I think. Dockside Extortionist for Sean. This will speed him up a bit. Champ's going to activate the Compass with his treasures. Yep. Just trying to find colored mana, I think. Swords to Plowshares on the Dockside. Seems aggressive. Although, Champ is one to bring back a Dockside late in the game one way or another, so I get it. I get it. Legion Warboss is a very good card with Adriana. Opponent's going to poke Champ for 1. Yep. Let's take a look at our commander. It's Svella Ice Shaper, 3 mana for a 2/4. Pay 3, tap it, create a colorless snow artifact token named Icy Manalith with tap it, add 1 mana of any color, and then pay 8, tap it. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may cast 1 without paying its mana cost. Rest on the bottom. The 8 mana ability I think is a little overcosted, especially for only digging 4. You can jam some really big spells into your deck. That is the thing that you can do, but overall, I haven't seen Svella decks exactly run away with games. It's a fun little commander, but I don't think it's overpowering in the sense that 8 mana is just a lot, and you're prone to whiff and stuff like that, so. We do have some really big things in the deck. We'll take a look at those in a second. Does bring it back to our turn. There's another land. Let's play the Forest. Champ's got 6 cards in hand, so let's Jeska's Will. Actually, we're on 5 mana anyway. No, let's just go Gilded Lotus then. Jeska's Will gets us into Commander and Gilded Lotus, and that seems... Yeah, let's do that. Target Champ for 6. 6 red mana. Play the Gilded Lotus. Tap the Gilded Lotus. And I guess we can play these Battle Mage Bracers. And we'll pass like that. Opponent's going to activate the Compass. Yep. I don't think they played the land, though. Did they? No, they're on 4. Turn 4, they're on 4 lands. Adriana coming in. Yep. Legion Warboss trigger. Yeah, the damage is about to start piling up. See who brought a board wipe. Prefer not to lose our commander, but it might happen. Doesn't attack us. Melee happens a bunch of times. There's gonna be some damage. Both opponents go down to 33. Dowsing Dagger. Who's getting some plants? We're gonna get some plants. Fish wants to make friends. Plants will be very helpful against the Adriana Onslaught. Fish gonna swing this thing over to Champ. It's gonna get exalted. It's a 6/3 now, and that'll flip their Dowsing Dagger, so getting their ramp going. Flips the Dowsing Dagger. Champ down to 27. His life's starting to bleed already. Well, multiple aggro decks at the table. 3 aggro decks. Got Boros Go Wide, Icingdeath Voltron, and us Big Stompy. Icingdeath coming in, yeah. Flying is a concern for us. There's a 1,000-year elixir. Okay, so having just played this deck and running into mana issues, here, we'll just take a peek at the deck real quick. Here's the curve on this deck. It's a big mana ramp deck. The back half of this deck is very expensive mana-wise. Instead of just going for the 8 activation right here, I actually want to make a bunch of manaliths first. We need to get good mana production going. and that'll kind of take care of everything else. So play the mountain. We do need both colors to use that ability. So that being the case, let's use this Gilded Lotus right here just to get the 1,000-year elixir in. Equip this thing. It costs 2 to do that. We'll use the red. And we'll pass like that. No attacks. That's a volcanic offering. They're going to shoot our Urza's Mine, unfortunately. Shoots the Lost Vale. Yeah, it's a good one to get rid of. Choose target non-basic land you don't control. Ameria? Oh, I don't think they did choose the Urza's Mine. Adriana is one choice. I mean, I don't know if shoot the Icingdeath, I guess. They get the equipment. I don't know which one's better and which one's worse, but at least they have to recast it, I guess. Being that they just lost a bunch of mana. Smothering Tithe for opponent is not great. Sean's got a pretty big board state over there. So what's interesting is I've been playing Tap Creature Tribal a lot, and my initial thought was Battle Mage Bracers and Illusionist Bracers. However, I found that it's just cheaper and more mana efficient to use another untapper instead of trying to copy the ability, because these cards, they do soak up a little bit of mana. Smothering Tithe trigger, yup. Halvar coming in, that one's scary. There's the Icingdeath Frost Tongue token, by the way. Equipped creature gets 2/0, and when it attacks, tap a creature defending player controls. It's solid. It's very solid. This deck is called Titans of the Frozen Wastes, by the way. And when you look at the deck, you will notice a bunch of Eldrazi Titans, World Spineworm, It That Betrays, Blightsteel Colossus, Vorinclex, Stonehoof Chieftain. Got some real nastiness in this deck. No attacks right there. End step, we will activate Svella. Battle Mage Bracers will trigger. Pay the 1. Get 2 Icy Manaliths. Pretty exciting. We'll crack the Expedition map right here. We should get a card draw land, but since we have Urza's Mine, I'm going to try to go for Urzatron. But we should really get War Room instead. Brings it back to our turn. Smothering Tithe. They can have it. We draw a Darksteel Plate. Is a pretty good card. Play the Urza's Tower. Checking our mana here. 10, 11, 12. We have 12 mana. It'll cost 9 to cast. So I think we have enough to make a Manalith or 2, and then maybe untap and activate the 8. Seems pretty good. Figure out the math on that when it becomes relevant. Yeah, I think we have exactly enough to make 2... Nope. Burnished Heart for opponent. Yeah, I think we have enough to make the Manaliths, copy the Manaliths, untap with 1,000-year elixir, and then do the 8 mana ability twice. Adriana coming in. Yup. Get ready for some damage. Legion War Boss. 2/2 coming our way. Another 2/2 coming our way. Another one coming our way. A lot of them coming our way. That one over to Fish. That one over to Champ. Yeah, they're going to be large. This is going to be some damage. Fish could just have a board wipe, so I don't really want to like cough down some big creatures into what is probably a board wipe. Although, they didn't play it last turn. Yeah, maybe we try it. Because worst case scenario is we're still going to get some Manaliths out of it. Alright, let's activate our commander. Svella trigger, Battle Mage Bracers triggers. Pay 1. Make a copy. Get 2 more Manaliths. Untap our commander. Activate the 8 mana ability on our commander. And put that trigger onto the stack with Battle Mage Bracers and pay 1 to copy that. Let's see what we get. Kozilek is a card. Let's cast a Kozilek. This is a cast, so we get to draw. And that's also a really good blocker. And potentially, depending on what we draw, we could potentially counter a board wipe. Oh god, that triggers Smothering Tithe. Forgot about that. They gonna get some mana out of it. We draw Vorinclex, Ugin. Those are some pickups. Chaos Warp. Garruk Unleashed and Zendikar Resurgent. I'm a fan of Zendikar Resurgent. That card's kind of crazy. Sean's gonna generous gift our Kozilek, but we will use the Kozilek ability. Discarding the... Choose a generous gift. Discard... Oh man, Darksteel Plate's so good. We'll go Chaos Warp. Does that have Menace? Does not have Menace. Block that one. We'll cash in our plants right now. Again, Fish could have the board wipe. Based on what we just played, they'd probably play it. If they have it. Sean's good at the fairies to protect his team. Okay. I don't know if I would have used that right there. I mean, I guess it's fine. Legion War Boss is really good in that deck. I get it, but I don't know. Not sold. Could have countered that too, actually, but we'll let him have it. I do like the Darksteel Plate because that shuts off a lot of like what the white decks can use. That'll shut off most of the removal from these opponents, like all the board wipes at least. Teleportation Circle. Fun card. Got an ETB thing going on over there. One's going to swing our way with a Halvar. Interesting. Exalted. It's a 5/5. Block with a plant? I don't really know. Is there some trick that I'm missing? Are we getting bluffed? We're probably getting bluffed. Throw a plant in front. They don't have mana. Eats a plant. Gonna blink the Knight of the White Orchid. Yeah, why not? Play the Forest. Play the Great Henge. Cast Darksteel Plate. Equip Darksteel Plate. Cast Vorinclex. Draw a card. It's a land. Yeah, we can activate our commander at some point. Swing this over to Fish. Things are going pretty well for us right now. This is in stark contrast to the last game that I played. The last game I played was just a mono blue bounce fest, and it was terrible. This is not a deck that's well suited to that. Fish takes a shot, goes down to 18. And we'll pass like that. We have tripled mana now. I just remembered. Champ's going to tap some mana into the Vorinclex. Always feels bad. Plays a land. Lightning Greaves. That's curious. It's 5 mana floating. Alina. Okay. Alina can make mana getting past the Vorinclex. So we're going to put boots on it. Kind of see what's happening here. Dragon's Horde. More artifact mana. Batterbone. Living weapon. Creature has 1/1. Vigilance and lifelink. Okay, it's mini Batterskull. So, I mean, all that, well, he'll have some mana next turn. Still not amazing, though. He'll flip over the Thaumatic Compass, and that's probably what he's banking on to keep him safe for a minute here. Legion Warboss trigger. Big attack our way. Opponent going no attacks. Or opponent attacking with this one because they have to. Into us. Block with Vorinclex. Honestly, I don't even care if they kill the Vorinclex, because it's kind of like we can't play a game if Vorinclex is in play. It's a super nasty card. I've stopped running it years ago, but this deck list did come to us from Patreon supporter Jared. He likes himself some Vorinclex, and yeah, it's really nasty. That Swords on the dockside early. That's what you want for this Vorinclex. Sean's gonna get artifact mana, especially if we're drawn like crazy. That's a thing to consider. He's down to 1 card, I guess, so, you know, that is what it is. But Fish Scoops there. Yeah, this is a pretty bad spot for our opponents. Unfortunately, we did not get to activate our commander with all the mana that we had during that period of time, since they just scooped. Not paying. Play a land. Activate our commander, I guess. Oh god, I think I grossly overtapped. Battle Mage Bracers. Copy it. Scroll Rack is a card. We have a lot of lands in hand, so let's try a Scroll Rack. And I guess Worldly Tutor. Xenagos, maybe? Xenagos gives haste, right? Gains haste, yeah. That's those are words we like. Extra combat is not the worst idea I've ever heard. We could go Apex Devastator just because it's fun. Xenagos would be smart. Apex Devastator is fun. Let's do that. We need to draw. We can use a Scroll Rack. Put back all these lands. Keep 1 land. There's the Apex Devastator. Play the Soul Ring. Apex Devastator. Give that the old cast. Let's see what we hit. Threat Turbine is one you should check out, by the way. I think it could be kind of cool with this commander. You can get it down nice and early, and then when you cast your commander on that following upkeep, you can make a Manalith for 1, so it's mana neutral, basically. And that's a pretty cool thing to do. We're going to Cascade a bunch of times. Let's see what we hit. First one appears to be a Solemn Simulacrum. Cast Solemn Simulacrum. I'm going to get 2 cards off that. Hey, we've cascaded past all the lands. That's pretty good. More triggers. Use the ability. Get a forest. Not paying. What's next? Blasphemous Act. No thanks. Garrick Unleashed seems good. And then a Pathbreaker Ibex. Inferno Titan. More Smothering Tithe. It That Betrays. Smothering Tithe. Let's get Ugin. There are a lot of tokens over there. That is something to be scared about. Let's go on 0. We could probably go higher than that, but it's fine. Cast Skyclave Relic with Kicker. Here comes the kicked. Give this thing Trample. Overgrowth on that forest. And go to combat. This one at Champ, this one at Sean. Opponent's gonna triple block. Rough. I would just keep. Like, the 15 doesn't kill them, it hurts a lot, but recasting anything is incredibly difficult with Vorinclex in play. Okay. Yep. Champ's gonna Spires the Vorinclex. Well, we knew that was coming. Oh, we could have hasted the Ibex. Missed that with the Bracers. The Bracers does give haste. I was actually gonna say that more haste in the deck, I think, is what you want. Sean's stuff goes down. Inventor's Fair. Sean's got 1 card. Champ's got mostly no mana, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oh, also we can counter stuff with Kozilek if should they find Miracles cards. They're gonna exile the Kozilek. I mean, we could counter it. I would let them exile the Vorinclex. The Kozilek is our primary mode of killing, though. Use the Threat Turbine. Earthquake X15 is a card. Okay, I see what he was doing. Most of everything gets blown up. Did we forget to use it? No, we did. We minus Dugan on 0. Thought we forgot to use it. Draw with Solemn. Sylvan's Crying. We can get Tron. There's some boots. Boots are immensely helpful. Play the boots. Play Sylvan's Crying. Get Urza's Power Plant. Cast the Power Plant. We've assembled Urzatron. Very nice. Use Urzatron to cast It That Betrays. The art is not showing up in It That Betrays for some reason. We draw a card. Balefire Dragon is also a card. Crossing Grip. Inferno Titan. Nissa. Inferno Titan, champ to the face. Haste. Haste. Forgot to use Planeswalkers. Whoops. That one to champ, I guess. These two over to Sean. Annihilator. Yep, they're going to save themselves with the Spires. Sean goes down. Bolt champ. Pass like that. We have enough in play. The Guildless Commons for opponent. Mana Geyser. Yeah, that's a start. They need to draw a lot of cards, though. They got to get rid of our creatures. Exile is tough to come by in red. Chaos Warp, probably your best bet. Then they got to deal with Ugin. Doesn't leave. Or they could just shoot us in the face for a whole bunch. Draw with the Dragon's Horde. That's an Embercleave. Please don't have... It has haste. It has haste. All right, let's see how bad it is. We do have a Crossing Grip. Probably could have countered one of those things. And actually, we don't have anything at 6, so... Crossing Grip, the Embercleave, just in case. Champ says he probably had lethal if he didn't get shut down by Vorinclex that one turn. That would make sense. Yep. And down they go. That was a particularly nasty game. So this is the second game with this deck. The first game, again, went terribly. Mono blue is not a thing you want to match this deck up against. Cheap removal and bounce is not your friend when you're playing these big things up here. And I don't necessarily know that there's like a lot of ways to improve that. Mass bounce is just mass bounce, and it is a headache. It's hard to recast stuff, so making sure you ramp early is really the key there. And that was kind of what I was talking about when we started making manaliths instead of just activating the 8 thing one time. That's what I was talking about. Like, we made a ton of mana. The 1,000-Year Elixir Battle Mage Bracers combo was really, really good. Now, the thing is, this does rely on a lot of permanents, so like it's really easy to disrupt this style of play. And this is one of those decks, it's similar to Kalia, it's similar to other big mana curve decks where if you shut down their early game, like you'll look at the way the curve is here, there isn't a lot at 4 and 5, and then you kind of get stuck with these big clunky things later on. So like that can lead to some awkwardness if there's early removal against this deck. Like I said, I don't know exactly how to smooth that out. Like ideally, maybe cut a card from here, add something in here, just so things are a little smoother on the way up, but... you know, that is what it is. What I do think I want to see is more haste. Maybe an Urabrask in the deck, maybe a Fervor, something like that. Just all the haste. That was definitely an issue in the first game. We needed something big with haste and couldn't put all the pieces together. So you probably can't have enough haste with this deck. And Urabrask is nice because it also kind of slows down blockers, which is good too. Mana Geyser was one that I added because a card was missing on Magic Online, and Thran Turbine is one I added because a card was missing online. And both of these look very good. I would consider both of these. Mana Geyser almost got us out of trouble in the first game, but then they, after casting 3 big creatures, they had a bounce spell ready to go. So to no avail, but could have been really good. And Thran Dynamo, I think, is going to be great in the early game. You drop it down, and then you're making manaliths super easy. And one other quick thought on the deck. I think it's a teeny bit removal light. Like, you're doing the ramp thing. You might want to Terrastodon in here to clean up problems, especially like problematic lands. Maybe a Woodfall Primus or something like that. Some of the old school, just like blow up permanents type cards are very handy. There were definitely points where I'm like, we just need removal. Bane of Progress is a card I would probably look at. Yeah, you might blow up some of your own stuff, but you know, you just don't play it if you don't need it. If you need it, you play it, get rid of a bunch of things, and hopefully it doesn't hurt you too badly. But anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.
I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon, link below.